happened to be fresh from continental success on the weekend and eager to emulate their most recent visit to Chiefs, a 1-0 victory here in April last year. Chiefs, meanwhile, returned from the mother city with nothing to show for their efforts against Cape Town City on Sunday. Chiefs have played a game more than Stellenbosc. They're just a point behind them, so there's an opportunity to go above them today as we introduce you to the lineups. Jabula Blom came on for Rief Rossler to play the last quarter hour against the Citizens, and in Rossler's absence, he starts today, a position that he's already been asked to play in several times this season. The other change comes on the other flank, where Brad Cross starts for the first time in a month, having made a comeback off the bench against the Citizens over the weekend. Here's William Shongwe with Chiefs formation.
The Miguel Park has always looked a little bit defensive of Kaizer Chiefs, but that is dependently on the defensive line to push a little bit higher, to give a chance to the two young stars in Chabalala and Duba alongside Ashley to have more supply. Yes, they have created the most chances in the Betway promotion, 14 goal scores, third highest if you look at the Paris and Sundowns above them.
So 3 changes to report from Stellenbosch's win over Angola's Lunda Sul. They, like their hosts today, changed both fullbacks. Fawaz Basadine has recovered from a minor illness, so he replaces the former Chiefs Academy player Omega Mdaka at left back, whilst Kazi Godswill is reinstated to right back. Sanele Barnes drops to the bench. He provides many options for later in the game. In midfield, Ibrahim Jabbar is preferred to Kumani Putsak.
De Jong up front sometimes plays in isolation, but he holds the ball very well. But it will all depend on the young stars on either side of the wings. I'm talking Lekolane and Titus. They need to be up there with speed in support. But it's a team that knows transition play very well.
So the captains, Yusuf Martin, Sage Stevens, just consulting here with Tando Tanzeka. He'll be assisted today by Tabang Mutlung and Tabu Tinani. Cedric Mubali is our 4th official for today's match. So Chiefs, as we pointed out, could go above Stellenbosch today. That's what Nasruddin Nabi will be hoping for. And depending on where the 4th place Kukuni get a result in AmaZulu, Chiefs could go as high as 4th place. That's as high as Stellenbosch can go today. Also, that depends on whether Skukuni gets a result at AmaZulu. A draw for Babino Noko and a win here for Stellenbosch today means that they will go 4th. So potential for movement in the upper part of the standings.
I think for me that's the biggest attraction for Kaizer Chiefs, to try and make sure that at least 3 points. That would change the face of a lot that has happened or that didn't work out for them. I mean, we talk of a team that's been horrible, but the 3 points today will mean so much, and it will change the face of their game.
AmaZulu in decent form at the moment. Skukuni this season have been terrible travellers, so both of these teams here today at the FNB will be banking on Lesotho doing them a little bit of a favour as they look to climb the table, and we are underway at Soccer City. It was Devon Titus who was the match winner when these sides met in last season's corresponding fixture that actually ended a run of 3 successive victories for Kaizer Chiefs over Stellenbosch. But this is actually a tie that has been very even over the years since their first meeting in 2019. Chiefs with 4 wins, Stellies with 3.
Formation in defense for Chiefs will be changing from 3 to 4 depending on where the ball is. That's what I'm talking about. If you look at De Jong and how just he made every effort to try and hold into the ball, but he was just crowded with just so many players from Stellenbosch.
Now Wandile Duba linking up here with Ashley Dupre, the only player who has scored for both clubs in this particular tie. There's another former Stellenbosch man misplacing his pass, Spokosini Mtetwa. Interestingly enough, he actually played in the first game last season between these two sides for Stellenbosch just before moving to Kaizer Chiefs. Had a really big impact in the second half, in particular after Devon Titus had been sent off. He managed to basically run the midfield by himself. Now given away fairly cheaply by the visitors. Tetwa to Dupre. Blom on his outside. Dortley looking for Yusuf Martz. It's been picked off, and Stellenbosc are on the move at the pace of Devon Titus, waiting for some numbers to arrive in support. It's a clean tackle from Dortley. Oh, you spoke about Stellenbosc and their ability from fast breaks. They have been on or created an opportunity from the transition 13 times this season. They have scored 4 goals on the break. Interestingly, Chiefs actually are not too bad themselves. 3 goals on transition this season from the 12 opportunities they've had on fast breaks. Interestingly, it's Polokwane City who topped that list with the most opportunities from transition football or breaks, if you'll characterize it like that, but with fewer goals than Chiefs and TS Galaxy and Stellenbosch.
You see, the thing is at Stellenbosch is that they mix their structures sometimes. They play that low block, sometimes a little bit of the middle, and when they're playing low, obviously that's when the moment to play transition football. And when you have Devin Titus on the right inside, who's always on the forefront in drawing the attention to him, and occasionally in support for Dion.
It was Nico Wiley providing a little bit of pressure on Ushwin Dortley. He's got a good profile about him. Man who was playing out at Baroka last season and almost helped get them promoted. Here's a look at a little earlier when it was Devin Titus one-on-one with Ushwin Dortley. Here's the trickery of De Jong coming to the fore. Titus only had one option to aim for.
And I guess with De Jong missing, he was a little bit deeper and didn't have the chance or the moment to run into the box to connect. Look at this picture here. A very high line in as far as Stellenbosch are concerned. Not allowing Chiefs to try any form of build-up. They would like this ball to be played long because everybody can compete for a long pass. And if Chiefs tries to play off the back, and it's a high risk. They do well this time to come out. Only to give it away.
Misplaced his pass. Ibrahim Jabbar. He's given away. There's Toure. Oh, Toure with some lovely skill. Provided the assist for Andre de Jong's opener against Lindersol on the weekend. Still toe poke through to him. De Jong went on to get a brace in that game, scoring from the penalty spot. They won 2-0. Set them up really well in Group B of the Confederation Cup, having started quite poorly with that away defeat to Stade Malien and then a 3-1 loss at home away from home, and Moses Mabhida against Ares Berkan, who've had so much success on the continent. But they've won both their matches. Away 1-0 against Lindersol and then at home 2-0 to set themselves up well as Kaizer Chiefs get on the front foot here. Big opportunity, and still he's looking for his maiden Kaizer Chiefs goal. Bradley Cross has come close so many times this season.
The thing is, they stick with the run, which was a good thing. And I guess here, while he could have used the right foot, because he's left-footed, he wants to try and force it with his left, which wasn't properly structured to finish. And maybe the laces would have done a better choice, would have been a better choice for him to finish with. A great opportunity. That is the problem with Chiefs, with all the numbers that basically says they're the most offensive team. But if you're going to miss chances like this, then that just takes away everything that you've done well.
What can they create from here with Yusuf Martz feeding it to Blom? You're 100% right. William have attempted more shots, including block shots, than any other side in the division this season. 179 efforts. That's 23 more than the next best, being Orlando Pirates. But the problem is their conversion rate, just 7.82%, which ranks them 10th in the division in terms of that particular metric.
Efficiency in front of goal. And I hope the analysts have taken note of that, because then it means the coach's job will be very easy. Just to find the problem and then deal with it.
Here comes Stellenbosch. Once again. Brad Cross with the foul on Godswill, who has spent a couple of months with the club, but has been waiting for such a long time to get his work permit. Only started his first game on the 18th of December. That was that 1-0 defeat to Mamelodi Sundowns, but starting his third league match in succession. He did sit out in the CAF Confederation Cup over the weekend. Coach Steve Barker saying he's still trying to integrate him. Basadin. Jabbar with the touch over the top, too heavy.
Movements of Stellenbosc in that middle of the park is excellent. They're finding one another with such ease, and it looks like Chiefs are coming second best every time they try to press them. And obviously waiting up until it gets a little bit congested in that defensive half. But that for me is always so dangerous, because a shot anywhere around that 45 yards area can be very difficult for Vuma to stop.
Bruce Vuma conceded with what was Cape Town City, or against Cape Town City's first shots on targets over the weekend. On the break, Darwin Gonzalez, who got his first in the Betway Premiership this season. As Jaden Adams signals to the bench that he might have a problem.
The knee of Mtetwa into the muscle on the side, thigh muscle,
so we're talking
which can create a dead leg. Yeah, that's exactly what happened right there. But it's two players basically that are going for the same ball. Nothing intentional by Mtetwa.
Jaden Adams, who scored in Stellenbosch's last Betway Premiership outing, that 1-1 draw with SuperSport United just before the turn of the year. Basadin with the free kick. The Chiefs can't prevent the corner kick.
Taking no chances, the Docker. The ball's flying a little bit too high for him, but was not sure what's happening behind him.
Stellenbosch only scored from one corner this season. They're one of 6 teams that are yet to concede from a corner, though, Stellenbosch. In swinging delivery towards the back posts. That's where Malloy Sani, I think, was making a run. Indeed it is.
It's always a difficult one for the goalkeeper, because you've got to cover that near post, because if you get a good taker, you can swing it to the near post. But if he chooses to fire it into the far post like he did this time, the goalkeeper's in trouble once again. So a little bit of a balance in as far as the distance to the near post and to the far post.
Escaped really nicely, and an opportunity to get into Shabalala on the ball. He hasn't seen all too much of it 10 minutes into this game. Ashley Dupree. Ekuani getting back to try and provide some further cover. Referee Tandun Tanzeka sees absolutely nothing wrong with that challenge on the edge of the area, and here's Jaden Adams getting the ball out to Devon Titus on the flank. Jabbar. Sliding challenge is made from Duduzi Shabalala. Known more, of course, for the attacking work he does and the defensive aspects of his game.
I think it was Tripria who actually was hacked down, and looks like he's up and running.
Duli. That ball slid through for Ekuani. He's putting some serious pressure on Inacio Miguel.
A little bit of confusion because Inacio is thinking Vuma is going to come and pick up the ball, but Vuma is not sure. All the pads are up here.
SAFA's match commissioners and referees, assessors, they're having a seminar at the moment, so they're all here to review this game independently of one another, although they are sitting alongside one another, and then they'll confer tomorrow and compare notes. And so they're all keeping a close eye on the various officials. Would you want to be refereeing this particular match?
Not at all. The pressure is
tonight?
so high. You'll end up making mistakes just knowing that you are being watched closely. The other thing that Stellies are doing so well, look at how they've packed that middle. It's been hard for Chiefs to try and construct any passes that goes through the middle. But also the most important areas are well covered that make it so hard. And that for me is what Steve Barker as a coach has taught this team tactically on how to behave when they don't have the ball.
Ashley Dupree has gone down, I think, clutching his arm, perhaps his shoulder as well.
It looks like he lands with his trying to give himself some balance, and the impact of him hitting the ground with the hand open sometimes goes to the shoulder.
Both Ashley Dupree and Wandile Duba on 2 lead goals this season. It's Duduzi Shabalala who's leading the way in terms of scoring with 4 in total. Well, it helped him off the turf, but it doesn't look too good for the former Stellenbosc man. Scored a wonder goal against Kaizer Chiefs for Stellenbosc. As I pointed out a little earlier, the only man to have scored for both sides in this particular fixture. Got the winner. And Stellenbosch
Was it not in this
Chiefs.
very stadium?
It was
Yeah,
back
I remember
towards the
that game
end of
very well.
2021. Turn and shot from some way out.
Wow.
Excellent goal.
Beauty.
One of the best that's been scored in this fixture. Another one that comes to mind is Pule Mori's goal in the first meeting of last season. Came in just after a half-time break at the Athlone Stadium. Went on to win that one 2-0. Christian Saide with a header at the back post late on. Duzi Shabalala with the assist. And that's a game in which Devon Titus was sent off for a second booking 10 minutes into the second half. That was the third meeting between these two teams in succession that Stellenbosch had a man sent off. As Ashley Dupree re-enters the action. It's good to see. Will he be able to soldier on? Bussarding for De Jong. Still under De Jong. Jabba Dooley opted not to shoot, not surprising, as God's will. Tetwa. Sitlin Dooley has only ever scored 1 goal, and that came in an MTNA meeting with Kaizer Chiefs back in 2022. Again, they had to be settled on penalties after a 1-all draw. Otherwise, he's never netted another senior goal. Here's Shabalala flying forward, trying to feed Stuba. All cut out by Toure. De Jong receiving from Lekruane. Plays the return ball, but the flag has been raised by Tabutinai.
Very unlucky, because that was a good move. Nice 1-2 touches, and the ball swiftly played through into the front. He just went ahead a few seconds earlier. When you got that much space in front of you, it's always tempting to stray forward.
Miguel has missed several games this season through red cards, through accumulation of yellows. that are at risk of picking up a suspension. We'll get to that in just a moment as Devin Titus tries to find a way past Brad Cross. Has played it through the legs of De Klokwe, but to no one. So players on the field right now, Andre de Jong, Thabo Molosani and Du Shabalala. If any of those three were to receive a yellow card, they would be suspended. Tabula Blanc making some serious progress here. Good ball for Duba. Turns but can't maintain his balance. Now Toure. The pace of Titus. He's got past De Klokwe. Still Titus. Oh, he's ripped the side netting. Well, it's from a similar area where he scored the winner when they met last.
Yeah, it gets past De Klokwe a little bit too easy. De Klokwe almost like dives in. And Titus, I guess, I don't blame him for making our time. His ankle is good, but it's the choice of where do you want to go with that shot. A little bit wider to the right inside of the goalkeeper was a bit more open.
Well, Devin Titus, 3 goal contributions in the Midway Premiership this season, 2 goals, 1 assist. Last season managed 7 goals and 3 assists in the league to build on a fairly good campaign in 2022-23 when he had 8 goal contributions. 6 of those were goals. But probably the most impressive stats when you look at his numbers from last season. 5th in terms of chances created in the Premiership. As again he gets on his bike and gets beyond De Klokwe. This time the Botswana international is able to take it away from him. But it's just pointing out a lot of chances created by Devin Titus last season. He was behind Barnes, also the Polis, Tito Maswangani and Darwin Gonzalez. But in terms of chances created from open play, because the others that I'm mentioning are set-piece takers, he created the most chances from open play in the league last season, 48. That was 6 ahead of Maswangani, who was 2nd in terms of open play chances created. He's a very dangerous player, Devin Titus.
That opportunity he just had now reminds me of the goal that he scored against Orlando Pirates. He almost broke away in the same way with that same angle, but he was a bit more efficient in that moment.
As Dion.
Great touches. The passing game is just...
Now Jabbar goes awesome from range.
So impressive.
There's another shot blocked away before it can potentially hit the target. Interestingly, this season, as Kaizer Chiefs dangerously look to play out from the back, and now a tight angle. Oh, look at that! Well, they dispossess Kaizer Chiefs in a dangerous area, and then the man who we've been singing his praises about creating chances, Devin Titus, so unselfish to set up Lekolwane, and what a game to get your first goal for the club in what is a first Betway Premiership starts for Lekolwane.
What the Chiefs players don't realize that the intentions to apply the high press from Stellis was there from the beginning. That for me came from being able to dispossess the ball and immediately on the front foot. Chiefs found wanting in those moments. That's excellently done. And poor recovery, of course, which is what we've seen from Kaizer Chiefs. We've been singing this song the longest now, that the defensive line sometimes of one of the Chiefs leaves you wondering of how many chances have they given away to the opposition. Yes, they're scoring, but if you allow a goal like that, it's a situation where you could have cleared that ball easily and away and restructure. But because they're trying to force the build-up play.
Look at the smile on the face of Lekolwane, who this season had appeared off the bench 9 times before getting his first start, which came over the weekend against Lundasol. Impressed the coach enough to earn a first Betway Premiership start, having had to content himself with 5 appearances off the bench in the league up till this point, and he has rewarded Stevie Barker's faith in him with the opening goal in this match. His first of the season, his first for Stellenbosc, and his first in the top flight, having played almost the whole of his career since leaving Mamelodi Sundowns reserves in the first division. Pointed out that he was with Baraka last season. Scored several goals for them, half a dozen in fact, in the Motsepe Foundation Championship.
Here's another steal from the build-up of Kaizer Chiefs. That, for me, is one of the problems that they need to really wake up to. And they're all walking away, facing away from the ball. An opportunity for Stellies that they could have taken. That defensive line as well of Kaizer Chiefs is still not moving up as they should. Look, you should look at the gap when they lose the ball. There's no immediate pressure because everybody is still so far back of the action.
Well, Kaizer Chiefs, having conceded that goal, was just the 28th shot they faced on target this season as Basadine swings it in. And yet they have gone on to concede their 15th goal, meaning they are conceding with more than 50% of the shots that they face on target.
That's well, Abuma punches away. He gets the distance, he gets the height. Very safe.
Two of the three wins that Stellenbosc have managed over Kaizer Chiefs have come away from home. Looking to do it once again. Kaizer Chiefs in their 5 home matches against Stellenbosc have just 1 win. There have been 2 draws and then 2 wins for the Winelands club. De Jong. Nicely done by the Q. Chiefs concede the corner.
You know, I mentioned that they've always looked very defensive in that middle of the park, but when they're under attack, you don't see those defensive players assisting the defense.
So, Nasruddin Nabi seems like he might be turning to Botsani early in this game to change his storyline here about halfway through the opening period. Zuma gets his gloves on that delivery from Basadi. Duba setting the prayer on his way. Jabbar in pursuit, does tremendously. Man who was out on loan in Israel last season, picked up some valuable experience.
Yeah, I guess if played well, actually his team won a cup and played a good number of games. He really contributed, but obviously from the safety point of view, with all that was happening in that part of the region, he opted to come back.
Now Tabula Blom's done well to get past Lekawane initially, and the miscommunication there between Dushabalala and Mandile Duba. Blom again. Teto, Blom. De Klokwe. Back cross. Miguel. This pass from Tabula Blom intercepted well. So Kaizer Chiefs making the change. It's not a fate that anyone wishes to meet. Withdrawn before the half-hour mark, if indeed they get Putsani on in the next few minutes. And
obviously, if it's Tupuya, you would understand that because of maybe that injury. But if it's anybody else, then it will be a very big concern.
Putsani since recovering from his injury, returned in the game that they lost against Stellenbosc City. I was off the bench. He played off the bench against TS Galaxy in mid-December. Jabba does well to ride the challenge on Tete. Adams. There's Toure.
Oh, nice retention of the ball.
Okay, you put the markers on them, William. Sage Stevens trying at least to prevent the ball from being picked up by Ashley Dupree, and he's actually gone and conceded a corner kick. Now, Kaizer Chiefs have been fairly decent from corners this season. In fact, they've had the most corners in the Betway Premiership this campaign, 71, and the most successful corners into the box at 21, and they have managed to score 3 goals from corners this season. It's jointly the most with Le Mans Golden Arrows. Shabalala will take it. Hoisted high into the air, and that's a good delivery, and there's the equalizer. Well, did it loop straight in from De Klokwe, or was there another touch on the way from Duba?
Not sure, of course, we'll get a moment to be able to find exactly what happened, but it's a ball that was flying into that area. I think there was a second touch beside De Klokwe. Yes.
That's the finest graze of the head of Duba, if there is. Oh yeah, no, okay, clearly now from that angle you can see Wandile Duba with his 3rd goal of the season.
From the shortest player possibly in the field of play, but he jumps very well. You can see he's got a spring in underfoot. And in fact, there was poor marking more than anything. You can't leave a player unmarked inside the 6-yard box. That for me is the worst kind of defense.
I was waiting and wondering to see if Titi De Klokwe had finally opened his Kaizer Chiefs account. Not to be, but it's a 2nd assist in the Betway Premiership for him this season, as Putsane does make his way on for his 3rd appearance off the bench in this campaign. And Kulu Vilakazi is also being thrown on, so a double change here. And Ashley Dupree has departed the field, and walking the long way around is Bradley Cross. Bradley Cross has only just returned. This is his first start since that horror challenge from Tabang Motoludi exactly a month ago, and they suspected he might have been out for as long as 2 months. So he's returned ahead of schedule. He played 20 minutes off the bench against Cape Town City. So it might have just been something lacking in what he was giving the coach. He was determined that Putsane was the right change to make.
It'll be nice to see exactly what the coach saw in that moment. Some of these decisions coaches have to make, but as you can see, there's a little bit of explanation that is going on. I think it's very important. It can be devastating for any player to be substituted without information of what did he do wrong.
That is nice to see. Teto back to Miguel Dortley.
Bit more forward passes. This is where they get caught. Yes, you want to recycle the ball, but with a reasonable amount of safety. But if you're going to keep giving it away in those type of areas and get punished, there's not enough time to recover when you lose the ball in your defensive half.
pressure. Jaden Adams. Tuba. Shabalala. Tlokwe. Putsane. Referee says play on. Tetwa. Jabulo Blom. Vilakazi. Tetwa, a little slip from Blom, but he recovers just in time, and then Tetwa drives it towards goal. And still the wait goes on for his first senior strike.
Great passes of play by Kaizer. This is a little bit more like what you want to see from a big team like Kaizer. Being able to control the game from how they create the chances. The passages were better up until that shot came. You could see that the intent was to get the ball beautifully into that taking third before the shot came.
Devon Titus, his pace up against Ditlokwe, causing all kinds of problems. And Stellenbosc are within the period of the game where they have scored their most goals this season. The final 15 minutes before the break has been their most fruitful goal-scoring period. They have scored 40% of all their goals this season, 4 out of 10 in the period between 35 minutes and the half-time whistle. And interestingly, William, this is the period, the 15-minute period before the break, where Kaizer Chiefs have been most prone to scoring. 4 of the goals they've conceded have come during this period. That's 29% of all the goals they've conceded this season. Prior to this game, at least, only Chipper have conceded more directly before the break than Chiefs. De Jong challenging. It's been kept alive, but his full claims at his near post.
Unfortunately, as much as we'd like to play it forward with speed, but there wasn't much presence up front to receive.
To Shabalala. Tuba gets away from him. De Jong.
Boy, holds the ball so well.
Titus. Nikolwani getting into the box. Miguel with the clearance away. That goal from Dubu, by the way, is the 10th first half goal that Kaizer Chiefs have scored this season. The only team to score more first half goals, Mamelodi Sundowns with 11. But they came into this game with only 1 first half goal in their last 4 outings. That was Shabalala's goal against Chipper United, his winner. Right at the end of that first half.
The worst thing is to be able to chase again, to come from behind. Just puts so much pressure mentally on the players.
We've seen over the years Malay Sani developing this long throw of his. He's been helped into a danger area. Nikolwani is there. A little flick on from Jaden Adams almost presented an opportunity for his second Stellenbosch goal.
It's a good flick. I think Moloi Sane is the man. And again, it's not like the type of marking when the player is in that box. That ball can land anyway, so make sure that the players that are in that box actually are well covered. Too close to the near post.
Something might develop from this though. These Kaizer Chiefs struggling to clear their lines. Oh. Andre de Jong kept it alive. Jaden Adams swung a boot at it. Fuga Vilakazi gets red. This is Jabbar.
You can't come out Kaizer Chiefs even from a clearance. That's how much the pressure. They make it so difficult for any of the players to clear the ball with any purpose.
St. Stevens looks long. For Devon Titus just slips at the most inopportune moment. seems to know that if you can change the direction of the ball and then quickly move in pursuit of it, Ditlokwe doesn't have the ability to stay with him. Given away cheaply by Yusuf Martz. It's not a good pass at all.
No, he tried a clever pass.
Skipper. Yusuf Martz has passed at about an 84% accuracy over the course of this season. Only player who's completed more passes than Martz this campaign is Rushford Dorkley. His pass accuracy up at 85%.
And now I'm trying to look at the clocker down there, and I'm looking at Devin running away, obviously, to refresh himself with water on the sideline. The story is, for me, is the clocker has been providing a lot of cover, and the Titans has made it real difficult for the clocker to keep up with him. And he knows he's not the quickest, the clocker, but he reads the game very well. And to play as a left full back when you have been a central defender, oh, that's a beauty.
Devin Titus, the provider, and then Kaizer Chiefs from the corner kick. They have now scored from more corners than any other team in the Betway Premiership this season. That's the 4th time they've netted from a corner kick. And Stellenbosc have now conceded on more occasions from set pieces than they have from open play. The 7 goals they've conceded this season, only 3 of them have been from open play. It's De Jong, Nikolwani, Adams. Slips but recovers to find Bassadine. Andre De Jong, 6 goals this season in all competition, just 1 in the Betway Premiership. He scored the bulk of his goals in the Confederation Cup, where he has 4.
I must say, the fouls that Chiefs are conceding are careless fouls. Miguel in particular, there's recklessness about his defensive work. And these are the type of fouls that can easily hand over another goal to the opposition.
Yeah.
In the way that they are created, in those type of areas, maybe a little bit to the wide side or further away from where they can play it into the danger zone, or even a direct shot. You want to avoid those type of set pieces.
I think this is the 6th free kick they've given away. Stellenbosch, by contrast, have just allowed 1 free kick for Kaizer Chiefs so far. The angle doesn't really allow for direct shots on target here. So you would presume Bassadine will look to swing this in. Could be Lekolwane as well. There's also an interesting option for Devin Titus, but it is Lekolwane. He does go direct.
I thought the wall was a bit thin, but Vuma deals with it.
Now apparently everyone stood still after that was taken, because I think Tennington Zeko does he want a reset here?
Looks like.
It does look like it'll be a retake. And you wonder whether they'll go direct again.
I still say that wall is a little bit thin.
So there's Bassadine and Devin Titus. He's an option just to play him there. Those are the 2 men who've created more chances for Stellenbosch than any other players this season. And again, Lekolwane goes direct. It's even better than his first attempt, forcing Vuma to tip it over, I thought, but the indication is a corner. Is a goal kick, rather.
Looks like they points to the goal kick. There was definitely, must have been the slightest touches, but I think it was there.
Yeah, I think he got, just feathered it over the crossbar. There's Martz to Tetwa. Ditlokwe plays a good ball for Dishabalala. He swung it in well, looking for Duba. Shabalala against Cape Town City sometimes looked like a man playing by himself and cutting a very frustrated figure. Of course, having his best goal-scoring season, Shabalala, 4 goals he scored. That eclipses his previous best tally of 3. And for Kaizer Chiefs this season, he's had more touches in the opposition box than any other Chiefs player. He's 8th in the division in the Betway Premiership in terms of touches in the box. Chances created this season, only Kaleta Mogalwa and Rele Mofokeng have created more chances than Shabalala. De Jong, Titus. Forwards where Miguel cushions it down here to Mfundo Vilakazi. Blom. Miguel to Dortli. Marks, brings it across fields. Blom in space. Shabalala combining with Vilakazi. The latter not getting his touch quite right. "20 seconds of regulation time before we learn how much longer will be added at the end of this first half.
Chiefs struggles to find openings because there's not enough bodies in that attack.
Look at the space here for Tugulo Blom. Lifts his head. Now needs an option. Shabalala poking it through where he thought Blom would be.
Decision making.
Stellenbosc in the Betway Premiership coming to this match winless in their last 2. They haven't gone winless in 3 since the end of last season, as Andre de Jong slides it through here for Titus. He somehow gets the cut back. Flag was raised. You can use the line of the 18-yard area. You see the foot on the line, which would indicate that Titus was onside. So it's something for them to write about in the stands, where all the referees' assessors are watching on.
I wonder if they have a monitor, though, to be able to maybe watch some of the replays so that they are conclusive in the view of the situations.
That's a nice ball through. Now Shabalala taken away from him. Crucial touch from Sihlenduli. Sunny showing some composure. Turi, Jabbar, De Jong. De Jong trying to wriggle away from Tetwa. Eventually claims it from him. It's a lovely turn and slipped into space for offside. Wandile Duba.
It is another one that maybe needs a little bit of a review.
They may have gone too early.
Yeah. Timing is what is missing from some of the players in attack.
Placed by Sage Stevens.
And it means that now Chiefs, since Dupria came out, they didn't play with an out-and-out striker.
Well, that Kaizer Chiefs fan is taking heed of the words of Nasruddin Nabi since his arrival, saying that this is a building process at Kaizer Chiefs, and they have to brace themselves for some disappointment along the way. It's not an overnight fix. Shabalala can't get away from his man.
You have to beef up a little bit. If you're going to be playing that zone, you've got to be able to protect the ball better. I think he gets easily pushed off the ball.
I happen to see him in the gym every week, actually.
He's working. I hear you. I hear you. You told me about it, but we still have to see it in the field of play. But at least he's working towards it. That's very nice.
So that's it for the first half. 45 minutes that has produced 2 goals. Legelwane's opener cancelled out by Wandile Duba's neat little finish. An assist from Titi Ditlokwe. The story of the first half has been Nasruddin Nabi's willingness to tinker early. He brought on Tebogo Botsani and Mfundo Vilakazi with Brand Cross, one of the 2 unfortunate men to be hooked off the other, Ashley Dupree, although Dupree did seem to be nursing an injury. And I think that we are well set for a very, very intriguing second half.
Can only be. You can look, stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
Well, all 5 and now all 6 league games hosted by Kaizer Chiefs have produced goals in this tie between themselves and Stellenbosc. This one is shaping up beautifully here at the FNB Stadium, where after 45 minutes, it's evenly poised at 1-1.
Beta 1, beta 1, beta 1. 1, 2, 1, 2. You got it?
Thank you. Thank you. Who's interviewing us? Do we know?
Each other.
Actual.
No, I'm joking. That would be done. Can you just hold it there?
Sure.
Bring it up. Can I just get a voice message?
Hello guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear?
All on 5, 1 and 2.
So, 55th birthday, yeah?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Okay, Jay.
Hi, how are you?
Sorry, can somebody take the mics?
Just take the mics quickly.
Just a minute, they're waiting the queue for them from the broadcast. So we'll quickly swap this here.
2-2, 2-2, this is 2. This is 1, this is 1, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-1. Sorry about the confusion.
Are we good to go? Okay, so. Well, we're going to see hand over. You guys. Doc, you can come this side. Doc, you will hand over. You hold yourself up. Oh, wow. Maybe you take the cheese off the top. I mean, I love it.
Maybe Doc can hold it.
And you can hold it.
Doc, that'll fit.
We're going to keep the front?
Yeah, you got to keep the front and he's holding the back.
So the one which doesn't have numbers, we're going to show the front. Yeah?
So I don't know if we need mics, but certainly we just want to say thank you guys. It's about establishing our relationship with you guys. Very excited about the relationship that we're establishing with you and look forward to really engaging further, enjoying the cricket and the crossover to football experience. I'm really excited about the relationship.
No, I mean, I think it's a beautiful start. We started with baby steps last year. I think it's about right time both the clubs come together and support what Joburg is all about, which is the sports capital of the country and for that matter for the continent as well. And the kind of work Kaizer Chief has been doing over the years with Jessica, front running it. I think it's a proud moment for Joburg Super Kings to be associating with Kaizer Chief, and as they say, I'm a Kurzi for life.
I love that, and it's the kings and the kings coming together, eh? That's great. And Doc, who's part of the Chiefs family, has been part of the cricket family for many years.
He's part of Super Kings family as well.
No surprise that the goal is going to the Chief.
Well, we appreciate that. Anything from you guys?
Just on behalf of the JSK boys, just thanks for having us here. Congratulations on the 50th birthday. Yeah, it's a great atmosphere out there, and yeah, thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you. And you?
My dad's a huge Chiefs fan, so he's going to be very happy, very proud. So yes, it's actually a good moment for me and my family.
No, great. Well, thank you very much. And really, we look forward to so much more. And really, it is about Joburg. It is about sport. It is about what we can do as brands together, both locally and internationally. Really looking forward to also coming to the game on the weekend.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You got the photo, sir? Yeah. Yeah, all good?
Yes, just one photo. Let's go.
Okay, let's do the last photo. Another.
The mic down is just there's a cap in here. It's not part of the cap. No, the cap. I'll do it back. Awesome. So you know what to say.
Can you just ID the mics? 111, 11. What's
Do we have
this?
something that we need to say?
This is channel 1.
No, so basically introduce yourself. Les, what must they say?
There you go, my guy. Let's check channel 2. 1212 222.
Soweto Derby.
The cricket. Okay. So one speaks about the derby.
Yeah.
Right?
Which the Soweto Derby?
Yes.
Pirates Chiefs.
And then one speaks about the ninth.
The-
First of Feb is the derby, right? And the ninth is the cricket. Yes, it is.
9th of Feb.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak about the derby because you know more about it? Or
First of Feb.
1st of Feb is the
derby?
Soweto derby.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak about that and I'll speak about the cricket?
That's fine.
Okay, so then you look into this camera, you look into that, but one by one, eh?
Okay. Do you just have to introduce ourselves first?
Yeah, introduce and talk about it.
So you introduce yourself, right? And you're like advertising.
Yeah.
Okay. Cricket starts tomorrow. 5, 4.
Hi everyone, it's Devin Conway here, part of the JSK cricket team. Just want to let everyone know that the SA20 is starting tomorrow on the 9th. Hopefully everyone's coming out to support and get yourself to the Wanderers. We look forward to seeing you all. We're playing on the 11th, our first game, so take care, see you soon.
Hi everyone, it's Sibonelo Makanya here. Okay. Hi everyone, Sibonelo Makanya here from the Joburg Super Kings family. Make sure that you catch the Soweto derby on the 1st of Feb. It's going to be epic. Make sure that you tune in and make sure that you don't miss the game. We're looking forward to it and we're going to love to see you guys there. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Welcome back to a buzzing soccer city where Kaizer Chiefs have come from behind to level matters here against visiting Stellenbosch in what was a very entertaining first 45 minutes on the Highveld. We are anticipating a great second half here. Now, Kaizer Chiefs fans have turned out not only to see their team play, but also to celebrate the 55th anniversary of the club. Hasn't gone all too well when they have celebrated their anniversary with a match. If you go back to their 50th anniversary, they got a 3-0 win over Highlands Park on the 8th of January in 2020. But in the 2 seasons since, where the Africa Cup of Nations hasn't been played in January, they've got to play January matches. They've lost both of the matches that have coincided most closely with their anniversary. In 2021, on the 9th of January, they went down 1-0 to Maritzburg United, and they were defeated 1-0 by Skukune on their anniversary, the 7th of January in 2023. So they are looking to flip the script here against this dangerous Stellenbosch outfit, who really don't need all too many chances to stick one away, which is precisely what happened in the first half. Devin Titus squeezing the ball to Komoto Legelwane for his first goal in Stellenbosch colours and his first top flight strike. And interestingly, William, this season, only struggling Magesi have attempted fewer shots, including block shots, than Stellenbosch, who came into this game with just 103 shots in total so far this season. But the difference between themselves and Kaizer Chiefs is that they have a much better conversion rate. Only Pirates and Sundowns have a better conversion rate than Stellenbosch, with at about 10% of all the shots they take go in this season. A yellow card for Sihle Nduli. He's treading a tightrope in a match that has in the past been punctuated by reds.
A little unlucky, honestly, for me. He's going for the ball. It's just that his knee is pushing a bit more forward. An opportunity here. But it's one of those, you know, when a player has the intention to get to the ball, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to judge him to have that harshly with a booking. Because you got to work out as a ref to say, what was the intention? There are moments where he's late and is just going for the player. And then that's when you can decide otherwise.
Last season's win for Stellenbosch here, courtesy of Devin Titus, ended a run of 3 successive matches that had seen red cards dished out. For some assistance all the way back to Tupulo Blom. Starting in the meeting October of 2022, it was a home game for Stellenbosch. They took the lead. That's the game when Caleb Biminimana scored a hat-trick of penalties. Mohamed Dukhuda, after giving away what was his second penalty of the evening, and I think the third of the night, received a red card. Then the following match, a match in which Ashley Dupree opened the scoring from the penalty mark. In between that goal and a goal from Keegan Dolly, Sage Stevens was sent off for handling outside the area, and again the Kaizer Chiefs eventually won 2-1. Ibrahim Jabbar with a consolation. And that was followed by the first meeting of last season, in which Devin Titus was sent off 10 minutes into the second half of Chiefs 2-0 win. Shabalala. Yet to really unleash any shots in this game to Shabalala. He comes into it having attempted 31 efforts this season, more than any other player in the top flight. Nothing yet from him.
Just too many back passes, man. Kaizer, the build-up's nice. There are moments where it looks really exciting, and then suddenly it's a back pass, just the moment away. And sometimes it looks like the player's not communicating enough to say, okay, you can turn. You know, there are back passes that are not necessary, but because nobody spoke, to at least give you a clear information to say you can turn.
Stellenbosch this evening playing their 6th away game in the league. Currently unbeaten on the road this season. Steve Barker has masterminded 2 wins and 3 draws in their 5 away games so far. They are the only team, along with Orlando Pirates, yet to lose on the road. Now Shabalala comes bursting through. Lovely little back heel for Wandile Duba. Does he have the pace to beat Molasani? He does. But the offside flag had already been raised, and most of the Stellies players had stopped playing. Jabbar, De Jong. Adams gets it out of his feet for Titus, who has killed that horribly wide.
In fact, Duba, who headed the ball, was the one called for offside.
Well, Dusha, who had no idea that the flag had been raised, burst past his man, then executed a brilliant back heel. Miguel advancing. Vilakazi. To slip momentarily. Kaizer Chiefs playing their 5th home game in the league this season. They're beaten in 3 since they've lost to Mamelodi Sundowns here at the FNB Stadium, and it was their 1st home game. And it's the first time back at this particular venue. They played twice at Peter Mokaba. They played once at Moses Mabhida. That was their last home game against Chippa that they won. Tetwa, I think, is the guilty party here. And they'll be back at the Moses Mabhida Stadium for the next 2 weekends, because this particular venue is being used for a concert on the 19th, and we need to start preparing. Oof. Good from Tetra, and he is having his name taken.
And that even borders to red. I mean, you know, it's one thing to kick the ball where maybe you're not aware somebody's coming, but it looks like the player who kicks is in front of him.
Dule is still down, and the way he's moving is very worrying. Everyone's having a go at Tetwa now. He's not necessarily pleading his innocence, but I think he's trying to make the point that it wasn't intentional. Yeah, I think caught him in the throat, which is causing all of the issues here. I wonder if that will prompt them into some kind of change here. Omega Mdaka would love to have a chance to have a go at Kaizer Chiefs, his former team, who departed as a youth player. I guess not the best circumstances.
That's better from Tetra.
Sportsmanship. I wonder if you're coming for a little bit of harsh treatment. Represented Tetwa. Of course, former teammate of Ndulu. I wouldn't have wished him any harm. No ill intent, I think. Genuine attempt to play the ball. Duba does well to hold on there against Toure. Many might have expected him to be out-muscled. Was Basadin, headed clearance. Ebuwane helps it on here to Jabbar. Does already have 1 goal against Kaizer Chiefs. Was Devin Titus offside? He was. By the way, mentioning that Jabbar has 1 goal, all 9 goals that Stellenbosc have scored against Chiefs in the league meetings have been scored by different players. There's never been a Stellies player to get more than 1 against Amakosi.
That's another decision that maybe is very questionable for me. Looks like Devin started from an onside position.
Monoisane has to put that behind for a corner kick. Chiefs scored from the corner in the first half. Taking a shot. That is straight into the face, I think, of Jabbar. It's gone down. Sage Stevens gets that in his clutches from Tlokwe. He'll have to throw this out with Jabbar still down. Drilled into his face by Kaizer. Oh, from close range as well, William.
Yeah. And unfortunately, you know, with the shot taken right in front of you, you're afraid that might end up somewhere around your hands. So you got your hands back. There's not even the time to lift your hands up to protect yourself.
Stellenbosc came into this game 3 points better off than they were after 10 games last season. 13 points at that particular stage. As we confirm for you that Ismail Torre picked up a yellow card not so long ago. Sidley and Dooley, we're hearing, also got his card for dissent. Not for the challenge on Putsani, but for dissent afterwards. That's another one that looks like it's for dissent. I would have thought that his yellow was for a rather robust challenge that he made. Toure has hammered that one into Putsani.
Handball.
Yep. In the meantime, Jabbar has only just picked himself up. He's on the move. Ball given away. Kaizer Chiefs with a tip. Vilagazi finding the pass. Duba's onside and scores! 2 on the night for Wandile Duba. And Kaizer Chiefs come from behind to lead.
Listen, it's very brave of the young star. The option was for him to maybe cut it back to a player on the far side who was running in as well. But before he received the pass, I thought he might have been brilliant with making the run, that he wasn't caught offside. That for me brought around the possibility. Obviously, this will give us the picture. He bends his run beautifully. And with from a very tight angle. Oh, Sech will be very, very disappointed with himself. Tries to make himself big, but not big enough. Looks like it went in between his legs. That's very brave from Duba.
Fundo Vilagazi with his first assist in the Betway Premiership to set up Wandile Duba. 2 players who emerged from the Kaizer Chiefs development structures combine to put them in front as they celebrate the 55th anniversary of this illustrious club. Jabbar, Tunduli, Basadine, Jabbar, oh, save from Vuma is excellent.
Unbelievable, that's one of his best saves that he's done. I'm looking from distance from where the shot was taken, and to get that reaction from him. He gets a good hand to pile it over the bar. That's great reaction. Oh, nearly letting Stellenbosc back in like a few minutes after getting the lead.
Swinging corner. Met by Miguel. Wow, hoists it forward. Yusuf Mart away. Tetwa with a flick header. Shabalala maybe should have taken a little more care with that. Now Pasadin. Onside. There's De Jong. Goes down. Challenge is legal. De Klokwe comes away with it. Shabalala puts on it. This is Duba hunting a hat-trick. And he will settle here. Well, I was going to say, he settled for the corner kick, and that's why he left it, because had he pursued that ball, I'm sure he would have kept it in.
Sure. That ball was losing speed, like rapidly. He could have caught up with it.
I think he was maybe trying to con the official into thinking it was a corner. Last touch may very well have been off Duba. Titus through for De Jong. Still De Jong. Doing in space.
Numbers are good in the area for Stellies. Ball doesn't come.
Kaizer Chiefs, we know they have this ability under Nabi to come from behind. They did in the opening game against Bruno Gallants. Did impressively against Magesi, although we never expected them to go 2 down, and then in which they did. That one they were only able to rescue a point though. There's Godswill. His cross from deep. Left by Nikolwane.
There's still a good 30 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So the celebration can't start by any means as yet.
They're making a triple change here. Jaden Adams, Fawaz Basadine, and Nikolwane all making way. Basadine being withdrawn because I think he's having a bit of an issue here. Neo Palace has made his way on, as well as Maripotsaka. And a big moment here for the former Kaizer Chiefs development player, Megam Daka. It started the weekend in place of Basadine. Basadine just being rested as a precautionary measure with a little bit of an illness. Daka is a really fine player, just 21 years of age. Sani. Launch that long throw again. And from it, they win a corner. Stellenbosch now chase the game. Well, they took the lead in this match, and they haven't been defeated when opening the scoring. The last 19 Premiership matches have Stellenbosch since Mamelodi Sundowns came from behind to beat them in September of 2023. But it looks as though at this moment, this particular moment, Kaizer Chiefs be the side to do it again. Bingham Daka with the delivery. Vicious and acrobatic attempt from Devon Titus, amounts to nothing. So from the opposite flank comes another long throw. Toure competing for it. Moloi Sani will have an opportunity to put the cross in. Tetwa getting there ahead of Dion. Daka, first opportunity against his former club in senior football. Stevens pings it forward. Daka's on the move. The best touch from him. And Kaizer Chiefs give the ball away cheaply.
Might seem cheaply, but it's a little bit of the high press, which does determine how a player reacts with the ball. Another set piece.
Yeah, stealing in was Ibrahim Jabbar. Brought down.
No, that one is even more closer. And the angle, wide open for a right-footed player, ping into the far post.
Yeah,
maybe the wall a little bit bigger. He needs now not the 2 that he had in that first half. Maybe 3 will do the trick. Let's see.
Regular set piece taker for Waz Basadine is off the park now. And they can float something into the area. Stellenbosc do have 3-headed goals in the league this season. Only the Montfort Golden Arrows with 4 have managed more. It's Ndaka who's placed it. And it is Ndaka who takes it. It's a decent ball as well. And the flag immediately raised. I think Moloi Sani might have gone a little too early.
So now what's wrong with the Vuma? Is he cramping? I guess the pressure is mounting on Kaizer Chiefs right now. And goalkeepers, of course, are taught to be able to help out in such cases. They're the only ones in the field of play that are allowed to be treated in the field of play. Just to take this thing out of the game.
Kaizer Chiefs, having won their last home game against Chipper, have a chance for successive home wins for, believe it or not, the first time since April of 2023. They beat Stellenbosch 2-1, having beaten Orlando Pirates 1-0 in their previous home game before that. It's been a long time since they've got back-to-back home wins.
I'm sure they'll wish for back-to-back wins anywhere, because that they've not been able to achieve in the longest, except for those first 2 games of the season.
First 2 games, yeah.
To think that they're playing the 12th game and they've only won 4 times.
Jabba getting away from Shabalala. Oh, it's too strong for Ndaka. Chiefs actually have a fairly dismal record at home to teams from the Western Cape. They have won just 2 of the last 10 visits from sides from that province. That was Stellenbosch at the end of the 2022-23 season and a 3-2 win over Cape Town Spurs last season.
Once again, you mentioned how Chiefs gives away the ball cheaply, and I mentioned that it's because of the pressure created by this time around from Dudley. No pressure whatsoever. when you've been struggling to be in the lead, where even when you're in the league, you give it away. And when that happens, you start making mistakes unnecessarily.
Titlokwe, strong challenge on Devon Titus. Dooley wins it in the midfield. Titlokwe thumped this clear. Lovely skill from Torre, big centre half, showing some great touches. De Jong. Migam Daka. De Jong tries to cushion it through to him, but that's a really good interception. And now Shabalala can look to pick a pass. Can't locate Wandile Duba.
See, another ball position given away. Okay, they won it back.
Shabalala to Duba. The man on a hat-trick. It's forced wide. Vilakazi. Deflected efforts. So Stevens prevents the corner. William Shongo, you'll remember, perhaps not because our game has been so exciting. There's two other games on simultaneously around the country. Out in Durban, Skakuni United have taken the lead just before the interval through Andy Boyeli against Amazulu, and it's still 0-0 in Cape Town, where City are hosting Orlando Pirates, and we're hearing that Tutu Masangani has dismissed a penalty in that game.
Wow.
So, an opportunity. So Stellenbosc started it right back in the previous game in the CAF Confederation Cup, but he's a great option for Stellenbosc from the bench. It's so versatile. Ibrahim Jabbar and Andre de Jong make way for Barnes and Cupido, and that is Stevie Barker's hand played. All 5 subs have been made.
But these latest are more offensive. Just freshen up the top line.
Now, will Duba be able to continue? It's 20 minutes remaining for him to try and find his hat-trick. By the way, both Sanele Barnes and Ashley Cupido, having come on now, have appeared in some capacity in every single one of Stellenbosch's games this season. Cupido, the 3rd time from the bench. Barnes for the 4th time from emerging from the dugouts. There's actually not a single Stellenbosch player who has started every league game this season. Such has been their hectic schedule. It's been almost impossible. They've been squeezing in the CAF games as well. So Duba, we've seen him stretch it off now, and I wonder if they'll be able to patch him up, or they'll have to make the change.
Looks like Marcian is being prepared to come in, who's also left-footed, and he's more likely to operate the same way. It doesn't look like he's going to make his way back. He's heading straight to the dressing room.
That's disappointing. You have to feel for the young man. He had an opportunity for a treble.
But he looks like he's in good spirit. Happy with his return.
For the time being, Kaizer Chiefs operating a man light. They need to get on reinforcements as quickly as possible. Titus. There's Devon Titus once again. Butsaka. Daka. Hasn't been kept in. Sanele Barnes. Man who created more chances than any other player last season. Of course, he was pretty much the only set-piece taker for Richards Bay, so that's where a lot of those chances came from.
Another player down, Putsane. And I guess he's one of the few players that hasn't had much game time in that field of play.
Came on a lot earlier than anticipated. He would have expected to come on during the first half. Chiefs perhaps with a little bit of a dilemma here.
It's so disruptive to the coach's plan when players go down in that fashion.
I hope you're reading, William Shonga, you're part of that history. So finally they'll be restored to their full complement of 11 here. Well, Kaizer Chiefs with Ranga Shivaviro, the man to come on. He has 3 league goals already this season. Mashiani also being prepared. Putsani, by the way, outside of your picture, is imploring the referee to notice him so he can come back on. Because right now, Kaizer Chiefs are trying their best to operate with just 9 men, and Stellenbosc, you would think, should be playing with just a little bit more urgency to take advantage of that. Now they finally do swing in the cross. Get another opportunity here through Sanele Barnes. Decent ball in, defended away by Ditlokwe. Kaizer Chiefs are furious.
Only now will it be allowed in, after the ball has been put out.
Oh man. And Putsani for Descent is the latest player to go into the book. He has a point though, he has a case. He was trying to attract the referee's attention, and Kaizer Chiefs were in a dire situation. 2 outfielders fewer than Stellenbosch. Still just 10 men on the park for them. Barnes with the delivery, not his best. Yusuf Mart away. Godswill has a goal. It's well over. It's actually a great goal-scoring fullback. He's got plenty of goals in Nigeria. He's great experience on the continent as well. His previous club, Rivers United. Replacement, if you need reminding, Godswill for Dino van Rooyen, who assisted Devon Titus's goal last season when they won here at Kaizer Chiefs. Speaking of Dino van Rooyen, he's already gone off in the game between Cape Town City and Orlando Pirates, but he did start, and we are hearing in our ear that Cape Town City have taken the lead in that one. So surprisingly, this is where all the discontent is derived from the fact that Kaizer Chiefs have been made to wait an age for these subs to take place. Finally, they are on. Mashiach, Shivavir. Well, they've had a lot.
Under so much scrutiny.
Definitely had a lot to make notes about. So as things stand, it would be Kaizer Chiefs moving above Stellenbosch, but only into 5th place. We believe it's still 1-0 in the match between Amazulu and Skukuni United. So they would just reinforce their position in 4th place, with Skukuni closing the gap on Polokwane City a little. In fact, if they hang on for the win, they'll close the gap to their provincial rivals to 2 points, and they have 2 games in hand over Polokwane City. Skukuni finding a little bit of form once again. Putsaka to Titus, dispossessed by Mteto. He's hurt himself in the process.
Not stealing any ground is Kaizer Chiefs. Even when they made a clearance up, the defensive line seems to stay You want them to steal about 10 yards or so. Because right now it means whatever clearance that they made, they won't benefit anything.
Into the final 10 minutes in Cape Town, where the citizens look as though they're going to get back-to-back wins over the country's Soweto Giants, having beaten Kaizer Chiefs in their previous game. They have the lead, courtesy again of Darwin Gonzalez. That goal coming 5 or so minutes ago. Daka. Cupido. Now Barnes sticks it out of his feet from Daka. Tries the extravagant flick. Sanele Barnes comes steaming through. Pursued by Blom. Miguel turns it behind for a corner.
They've lost a little bit of rhythm, Kaizer Chiefs. Not that they had in that first half. They were struggling just keeping the ball with a few passes in their defensive half going into the attack. That for me is what they need a bit more right now.
Swung in by Barnes. Away by Yusuf Marks. Collected by Ndaka. Pinged across field for Devon Titus. Titus teasing Mashiani, now Putsani. Godswill. Titus. Titus fending off Putsani illegally, hand to the face.
Yeah, which often goes with the booking. Let's see if Mr. Nzanzega will stick to the rules. Yes, he does.
Yeah. Titus accepts that, takes it on the chin, just like Putsani took his palm. Stellenbosc will depart Gauteng tomorrow. They've been here since Saturday because they played against Desportivo Lundosol at Loftus Versfeld. Play again at Loftus this coming weekend on Sunday, so they'll be back on Saturday. They had a training session in the Western Cape on Friday. They play Stade Malien, who did beat them earlier in the competition 2-0 away. But if they beat Stade Malien, who are on 4 points currently, they will qualify for the next round, and they can't really afford to drop points. The draw won't serve them particularly well because they would move to 7 points, Stade Malien to 5. Stade Malien play the Whipping Boys of Group B, Lundosol, in their final group game at home. You would expect them to win. And Stellenbosch have to go away to Morocco to face Ares Berkane. And they can't really bank on getting anything from that game. So they would love to wrap it up this weekend with a victory and advance to the quarterfinals, which would be a huge feather in the cap of that man, Stevie Barker, after all the success that he started to enjoy with Stellenbosch in recent times.
That's the other challenge that teams like Stellenbosch are facing, whereby they have to compete from different ends in as far as competitions are concerned. I know he said it is good, but when you bring in the traveling, that just changes the whole picture altogether.
Well, next weekend, obviously this coming weekend, they have the home game against Stade Malien and then Ares Berkane. They will leave for Morocco on Thursday to honour that fixture, hoping already, of course, to be qualified. Stevie Barker seeking to make a little bit of history at Stellenbosch, and making it to the group stages of the Confederation Cup would represent a little piece of history for Stellenbosch, who he has been with since July of 2017. He has overseen more than 250 matches in charge. Now Dooley. That's a lovely ball for Barnes.
Well
Shot a
covered.
little bit too much of it, too blob, but in a corner.
It's another in-swinger that Bruce has to be very careful of.
A delivery away by Miguel. Titus. Has marked. Extra clear. Helped on by Kaizer. Chivaviro challenging forward with Moloi Sane.
Well, 5 minutes remains with a little bit more of additional time.
Fewer minutes remain in Cape Town, where Chiefs fans are reveling in the fact that their rivals Orlando Pirates are behind.
Fight your own battles and forget what others are doing elsewhere.
Easier said than done, Mr. Shaw.
See, Puma, that's one thing is missing. If you're going to hit a long pass like that, a little to the side, so that even if it stretches away from everybody, maybe a throw in an advanced position of the field.
Checker. Smart. Putsani. Now operating on that left-hand side with Mashiani, who has slipped horribly here. Bailed out by Dortley. By the way, a word for Titi Titlokwe. He's already departed, but he still has the most touches of any player as Putsaka lays it off for Nduli. Wow. We're getting back to that point, Botswana International, Titlokwe. The assist barely put a foot wrong in terms of, and he's not a player you associate with wanting to get on the ball all too much. I know he's been subbed off now just to provide a little bit more mobility in the form of Mashiani, but I think he deserves a lot of credit for the performance that he's put in today.
The demands, of course, of having to apply yourself in a 3 at the back, sometimes on a 4, which is forever changing. Sometimes it stretches you where you have to deal with a fast winger like he did with Devin, and which I thought maybe that's where the real impact of what eventually transpired with him came from. The challenge that came from Devin Titus.
Stevie Barker recently turned 57 years of age last year. I don't think we could call him underrated anymore. Maybe a few years ago, but certainly not now.
Now let's see.
He's up and down the land.
I just want to see if Vuma lent anything. He can't hit it straight in the center. A little bit better.
You're a hard man to please.
The thing is, I'm telling you, such decisions are so key in a game of this nature, where you just want to be able to steal, even just if it means a second from a game.
Mart back on the field. Shabalala and Vilakazi. And towards Chivaviro. Oh, big call.
Belated
Late
win.
on. He did. It took an age to make that decision. It's in an unnatural position. So set on the bench for the first time this season against Cape Town City. And with Yusuf Mart making way, it's the return of George Matlo, who has been so terribly unlucky with injuries over the years. But here he is, getting his first feel of the turf this season.
I've always believed in him.
Yeah.
That he has the potential to be a great player. But like you say, he's been so unlucky with the injuries.
Barnes, oh, Barnes has struck the upright with a wicked curling set piece. Now Godswill, oh! What a rocket! That's straight down the middle, and Fuma does well. Not for the first time today.
You mentioned his ability. I'm talking God's will now,
Yes.
that he strikes the ball so well. And you could see even as he sets it up, that he knew exactly what was coming.
And by Barnes, awkward for Dule. I mean, Godswill, he had a great goal-scoring run actually just before leaving Rivers.
This was well struck.
You can see why. He has tremendous ability.
With the laces. Oh, Vuma was beaten.
That's a terrific hit from the Nigerian.
Now, this is what I was talking about. If you're going to hit it low, either one of the sides, which...
Miguel, look. So casual, as if the whistle had gone. I was almost...
That's exactly what I thought.
So the first minute, 5 additional has elapsed. Sanele Barnes coming as close as Zeni Stelli's player has. Denied by the woodwork, whether it was his intention or not to catch out Vuma. Not sure we'll know until we ask him. Bardswell forcing a wonderful save out of Bruce Vuma. Tetra. He's unlucky there. Slips as he tries to control that in the air. Forward by Nduli. Cuts out by Blom. Still 1-0 in Durban. Amazulu are hosting Skikuni United. Even if Amazulu were able to grab something late on in that, would actually be enough if Chiefs held on here for them to go into fourth. Matlo wins the corner. But for now, as things stand, Kaizer Chiefs will be displacing Stellenbosc in 5th position. He's pumped up. Getting a feel for the ball again, his first minutes of the season, George Matlo. Teto. Hearing that it's all over in Cape Town, the Citizens back-to-back wins under Hussein Ertugrul since he arrived at the club. 2 huge victories by slim margins. The crowd getting behind Kaizer Chiefs as they seek to defend this lead. Under 90 seconds to go.
It's Molosane with another long throw coming up. With just about more than a minute remaining. Tension all over the field of play. Move from the Kaizer Chiefs bench. They can't wait for these minutes or seconds to tickle over the 5.
Molosane will connect, or at least attempt to. Rangachivaviro. And then a handball from Molosane. Only seconds remaining here at the FNB Stadium.
Shivapiro on his own deals with the 2, just using his strength. And he gets a foul on top of it, I mean, in his favor.
Zuma goes long. We've gone past the allotted 5 minutes of additional time. The whistle is in the mouth, it's been blown. Kaizer Chiefs celebrate 55 years in style for the second time this season, and for the first time since their opening match. They come from behind to win, and they're the first side since Mamelodi Sundowns in September of 2023 to concede the opener to Stellenbosc and go on to win against this plucky Winelands outfit. What a day here, what an evening here, what a match here at the FNB Stadium.
What changed for me is the way they defended in that first half. We saw the first goal wasn't, for me, the most, what you can say, maybe Stellenbosc did a good job out of it. It was more like headed over, but I think overall is how they came up with a different attitude altogether, but they still didn't play that well. They didn't dominate possession, they didn't dominate the entries, but it was good enough. You can see it was a decision made in the dressing room that we need to be cautious. So let's focus our efforts on being able to defend better, which is what Kaizer Chiefs did. For me, going forward, they're a team that has the potential to score goals. They need to improve in that defense, which is what they did this evening.
Well, Nasruddin Nabi was brave. He brought on 2 players in the first half to just shake things up. Kaizer Chiefs come from behind to win, and well, 3 points can certainly do a lot. Kaizer Chiefs fans will leave the FNB Stadium happy. They move from 7th to 5th with a 2-1 win over Stellenbosch FC.
A big thank you to the Super Voices of Super Disco World Cup Champions. It's all over. 3 points then belongs to the team that is celebrating, coming from a goal down to finally win by 2-1. Betway Premiership Man of the Match is right here. It's Wandile Duba. He stands next to me. He already has his trophy. Congratulations. Nawina kahle ngosuku olubalulekile.
Hey, bekufanele siwine igame namhlanje. Birthday is also here to celebrate in style. Bekufanele silethe 3 points e-village namhlanje.
Yini esebenzile, yini eyenze ukuthi niphumelele?
Hayi, ucoach ungitshelile ukuthi ama-center back aba slow, so ngenza ama-run behind ama-shoulders abo ngizokora amagoli, ngenza kanjalo ngakora.
Kuhamba kanjani nalomqeqeshi? Niyamjwayela ucoach indlela afuna nisebenze ngayo?
Angizwanga?
Umqeqeshi niyamjwayela indlela afuna nisebenze ngayo?
Yeah, siyajwayela ukuthi we adjust to every game, so we have to change in every game, adjust against leyo team esodlala nayo, but siyamjwayela indlela afuna adlale ngayo.
Awuqedanga umdlalo ulimele, kwenzakaleni?
Hayi bese ngikrempa, hey. Gijima kakhulu bese ngikrempa.
Abalandeli baya celebrate kwi-grandstand ekhaya nge-celebration ye-birthday, nesiqiniseko nawe ujabule?
Angijabule kakhulu, ngiyathemba nasekhaya bajabule. Ngiyathemba ugogo ubhekile uyabona namhlanje ngu-man of the match.
Usebenzile, siyabonga.
Ngiyabonga.
Ugogo is watching. She should be happy. I've done a great job. Let me bring in his coach now. He's right here, Coach Nabim. Coach, appreciate your time so much. Just share with us your thoughts on the game and how the team performed here today.
Votre pensée sur le match et comment l'équipe l'a joué.
Thank you. Je pense que je félicite mes joueurs parce qu'ils ont vraiment arraché les 3 points avec les triples. Deuxièmement, on avait bien commencé 5 premières minutes, on a créé une occasion. Et après, il y avait une confusion tactique sur le terrain, ce qui a permis à l'adversaire de revenir. Nous avons corrigé immédiatement les choses. Nous avons repris le jeu avec 2 buts. Après, c'est normal, une très belle équipe de Stellenbosc. Elle veut revenir avec des grandes qualités. Les joueurs, ils ont tenu bon, ils ont tout donné et je leur félicite pour ces rendements et ces 3 points.
First of all, congratulations to the players. That it's not easy to come back from a goal down. We started the the first 5 minutes. We had the control, but we noticed that there was a little bit confusion with the system of a back three, which gave the opportunity to the opponents to take control of the game, to score and to have even more possession. That's why we made the tactical